Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I'm your hostess, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm back to do your latest free, timeless, general, channeled tarot message from the Tarot in the Shadow series. So if it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. You've got questions, I've got answers. You can find those in the facts below the video in the description box. Be self-starter, go figure it out, and then follow the directions and we'll make it happen. So with all that being said and done, after these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. All right. So we're going to begin with the oracle message from the Abukra. What do we have? What's going on in the shadows tonight? All right. Let not pride refrain you from sharing your worry and problems with one you consider wiser than yourself. They will deem it an honor and will enlighten you, thus enabling you to dispose of that what troubles you. So there's something on, there is something on your mind. Yeah, there's something on your mind, all right. Let's see what we have coming up from the P&Q Oracle for tonight's message. Oh, soplalo. All right, this is do the book of cards over again. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, you got something on your mind you want to talk about. Because it's here in the shadows, it could be something that you're afraid of, something you don't want to admit, something you've been refusing to see, something you've been suppressing. Okay, what is the Tarot in the Shadows message tonight? Since the cards have been soplador. Okay, thank you. That's so much better anyways. All right, what do we have? You consider you are wise? Then why are you not happy? Could it be you're not as wise as you imagine? Go seek the wisdom of happiness. It is there to be found and is waiting for you. All right. Why didn't I get the message to do this before I started recording? Doesn't matter. We're doing it now. So here we go. Now, from the P&Q Oracle, what do we have? Shout out to Amalu, our first commenter. Hey, Virginia! Loyalty Tribe in the house. What do we have? What is the message? All right. Oh, it's Grandma in the Throne shuffling. This card came out, and the last time it came out, it was talking about that root chakra energy. It's feeling safe. It's feeling protected. It's feeling like everything is okay. A-okay. Yeah, everything feeling A-okay there. Which is coming. It came out because it was like there was some challenges before, but now everything is getting better. So let's see what we have from the Download Oracle. What is the Tarot in the Shadows message tonight? Oh boy. Demon starting. Interesting, since most demonstrations are motivated by fear-based emotions. See how the demons get started? Fear is a creator. Fear is a creative energy. As much as I would like to tell you that that's not the case, that I would be fucking lying straight to your face, and I don't do that very well. So, here's the thing. Fear causes demons to come up. So, the bottom of the deck said, no, talk about it. Everything is always working for me. So the truth is everything is working out for you. Don't be so afraid, because it creates an energy. The fear that you sit in has its own vibe, and it's a very low vibe, but it's very powerful. It's a very powerful and highly attractive energy, fear is. And you don't want to sit in that energy. You don't want to generate that energy. and when you have the power to do something differently. Okay, so we'll see how this all comes into play. Let's get a dedication for tonight. Oh, okay. So we'll get the dedication out. But before I do that, let's pull our postcard from Spirit, which will be the last message we'll read at the end of the session. There it is. I'll put that there. So remember to read it at the end of the day, at the end of our session. All right. I'll put a little bit of bold on this crown chakra. Perfect. If there's a question of my heart, you got it. It don't belong to anyone but you. If there's a question of my love, you got it. Baby, don't worry, I got plans for you. Baby, I've been making plans of love. Baby, I've been making plans for you. So that's a song called The Matrimony. It's from Wale. That is the dedication for our Tarot in the Shadows message at this time. What you afraid of? Plans are coming together. Hold on, that's not what we're looking for. Calm the fuck down. What you doing over here? All right. There's some guidance here. There's 2. We're looking for 3. To find the wisdom of happiness. Okay. 1 more, please, and thank you. From the Tea Leaf Fortune cards. That stayed in the deck. I'm not picking it out. You got to throw it out. Give me the 3rd factor, please, and thank you. What is the 3rd factor for our tarot? And thank you. That's much better. Now we can peek and see what's in there. What's in there? Whoa, what's in there is the archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. That's still in the deck, okay? But it flipped over, so you're on your path. The carrot, opportunity or windfall. So it's still in deck. It hasn't happened yet is one thing I'm getting. It's on its way. An opportunity or a windfall is on the way with you here. The bottom of the deck is September. Do you remember when it was hot in September? The first cards that came out together, and they were face up. So I feel like this you already know. We have great personal sorrow with the teardrops. Lonely teardrops. Like you, like I've never, I can't even fucking sing the song. Okay, wheel. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Somebody here been feeling very indecisive about what to do because they just been feeling some lonely teardrops. They're like, which way do I go to find love? Well, apparently you go inward to find your love and peace and happiness. Our 3rd card that came out we have is the Wall. Misunderstanding. It's amazing what misunderstandings do. They create walls between people. They create blockages. Somebody's got some lonely teardrops because of some blockages. Okay. So let's see what is the guidance for today. Shout out to Goddess. I'm glad you finally caught me live too. The guidance at this time is wealth. Wealth. Okay. The bottom of the deck is uniting. Uniting. What good is wealth without love? What good is a fortune with nobody to enjoy it with? Interesting. Interesting ideas coming out there, hey? Don't you agree? What good is it? What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? So somebody here is really happy sitting there with all their money. I'm so happy for you if that's you and you really feel that way. Congratulations. But wealth, what is wealth to you is what I heard immediately. I didn't say it because all this other stuff was coming through at the same time. What is your wealth? What do you consider to be your wealth? Everybody has different things that they value. But what do you consider to be your true wealth? That's what you need to invest in. That's the thing right there. What are your roots? What is it right now? Okay, and what's up with these fears? You've already learned that everything is always working out for you. All things work together for the greater good. the universe conspires in your behalf. You are the divine child of the creator of all that ever is, was, will be, or could be. So, of course, everything's always working out for me. Right. So, let's get into our tarot message tonight. I really wanted to work with the Little Prince Tarot again. So I am. And I've pretty shuffled every deck that I've used and the ones I have yet to use. But I'm going to go ahead and put a full shuffle on this right here with you because it'll be our main deck tonight. Okay. So connecting the body and the body. Connecting the body, heart, and mind. Connecting the body and the spirit. Connecting the heart, mind, and body. Connecting the heart, mind, and heart. Connecting the heart, mind, and spirit. Connecting the spirit and the body. Connecting the spirit, heart, and mind. Connecting the spirit and the spirit. One for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind, one for the spirit. Divine truth, let me see, speak, and hear it with clarity, accuracy, and simplicity for my beloved brothers and sisters of humanity. Praise in all our days, because we absolutely love and adore them for their highest, lightest, and brightest good. Now, connecting the heart, mind, and the spirit. It came through a little bit slow, and I got you're really just trying to check with spirit about what you were perceiving in your heart and mind at this time. So your energy is showing up as the Empress. Look at you in your glory, honey. Nurturing, creative, the goddess of love. Yes, you are. You know your value. You know your worth, and you honor it. You are that divine feminine energy. You are a mother. You might be a grandmother too. I am. Um, I love being a grandma, man. That's fucking awesome. I love my grandsons. They're amazing. Yeah. You could be Taurus or Libra or have a Taurus and Libra placement that's prominent in your chart. What's going on in this situation? We have the Five of Wands. Oh my God. Challenges, obstacles, difficulties. Yeah, because you're sitting in this fear energy. Fear creates challenges and obstacles. Exactly what you're afraid of can come up really easy when you're focused on it. And on the other side of the table, you have the life lessons. The Hierophant is there. That's Taurus energy. This is spiritual authority. So right now, before I continue further, this message may not continue moving down, but anywhere where you've been allowing your life to ramble aimlessly because you didn't know what the heck to do, or somebody else is doing that. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is what I see. Somebody is allowing their life to ramble aimlessly because here you've created some energy. I'm getting Meisner effect again. Okay, so what's happening is because of your wealth and value, somebody's not approaching you anymore because of your divine feminine. There's like this protection to your energy because you're in a higher vibration, because you're in love and peace and happiness, a greater percentage of your day than the percentage of your day that you're not. Your waking day, we're talking about. This doesn't include your sleeping hours. But because you're there, it creates like this energetic protection. There is a term for this. It's called the Meisner effect. We recommend you do some research and learn more about that. Okay. It's interesting because you might have been afraid to cut somebody off. I see you were afraid to cut somebody off. You wanted to make sure you were making a wise decision, kind of hash things out for a while. And now you could be having you could be just questioning yourself. It's not necessarily doubts, but you're just questioning yourself. Did I do what's right? Well, for some of you, it wasn't you that was in fear. Somebody else was in fear. And they kind of lent the energy to this big wall between the two of you, to this division between the two of you, to the separation that you're currently having. Yeah, they did that through their fears. Their fears created some division between you and them. I see that. So let's see, what is the most important thing for you to know, the purpose in this? The Nine of Swords. Huh, to face the fears is the purpose in this. Yes. Look, and for somebody to not be coddled. You know what I'm saying? Here we have the little prince trying to help this old man, but the old man is intoxicated. He done emptied out all the bottles of wine, all the liquor bottles. They all empty. There's in the dirt all around. Now he crying. Okay, now he fucking crying. Somebody here need to have a goddamn mental breakdown so they could stop being a whole ass or an asshole. Yeah. And stop being in fear. Somebody had to find a reason to push against their fears. And I feel like it was you. I see that in this experience, there's some problems, but these problems are strength training for you. So you can't know how strong you are until situations and circumstances come up to allow you to exercise your strength, to show yourself by acting in that strength. Okay. You won't know how wise you are until you apply wisdom. What's required for you to apply wisdom? The opportunity must present itself. I hear, so there's no bad feelings about somebody's whole acidness or assholeness. The fact of it is, they were the perfect asshole for the practice and the strength training that you're going through, is what I see. Yeah, so what you need to know is this Nine of Swords. This whole situation was to address fears. So in the past, you were in fear. I feel like you were in fear. Yeah, I see that you in the past were in fear of confronting the challenges, of creating those boundaries and separation. Maybe some of you are in fear that, if I let this one go, there'll never be another. What if I never find somebody else again? What if they got such as good sex again or something like that? Por el sexo bueno, alguien aquí se hace lo peor. Okay, somebody here, you do the worst shit for a great lay. What's the guidance for you off the top of the deck? The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Take a fresh start, baby. Live, lift yourself up. Lift yourself up with all the wisdom that you have. If this is you, if this is about another person, somebody here who is drunk and disorderly. I hear drunk and disorderly. Don't know how to handle their liquor. If that's the case, then eat and drink on your own. You don't need to engage in that shit. You've moved beyond all that. You don't need that shit going on in your life. Okay. Let's go next into my handmade combined oracle deck and get some clarifiers popping. So, what is the Tarot in the Shadows message tonight? Please and thank you. The Tarot in the Shadows message tonight. Here we go. In your position, sleeping with the enemy. Ooh. You knew you were sleeping with the enemy. You know you are sleeping with the enemy. What is true? Yeah. And it's not by any coincidence that we have already said it actually it is. It's a coinciding event, right? That we just said. And some of you will do the worst things. Some of us will do the worst things for a great lay. Que alguien aquí hace lo peor por sexo bueno. What's at the bottom of the deck? Somebody sleeping with the enemy. Okay. The enemy supporter. Oh my goodness. Wow. Sleeping with the enemy. Sleeping with the enemy supporters at the bottom of the deck. So somebody here, they coming together with you, but listen, you need to protect your wealth, your value, your heart, your love, your fresh lease on life. Yeah, you have a golden opportunity here for you coming in, and you need to protect that. You need to take care of yourself and protect yourself. I see that, because in the situation, it seems like whatever you are talking about is making you mad, and I don't want to hear it. Somebody got Virgil. We created that term after an experience. So, yeah, somebody here got They trying to bring a fight to you. They trying to come to you with some BS, and you're like, I'm not dealing with it. Yeah, I see you separating and distancing yourself from this. Okay, on the other side of the table, I am now loved, liked, seen, heard, valued, and appreciated on all time, space, and dimension. Yes, yes. Would you, and anything that doesn't allow that, would you like to uncreate and destroy on all time, space, and dimension? Yes, yes. Oh, oh, yeah. Hmm. Mm. They said, ooh, uh-huh. Okay, yeah, that was good. So I definitely see that in this spread on the other side of the table, they're talking about you on the aftermath of all of this enemy energy that you're probably in right now. Yeah, that's what I see. So on the other side of the table, that's what you're going to find when you get yourself there. Okay. What was at the bottom of our main deck? Was the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords. And I heard thinking about you. So somebody is thinking about you. Mm-hmm. That's Frank Ocean's song, Thinking About You. You know, no, no, I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you? Do you? Or is it, do you think about me too? I'm hearing both. They want to know, do you think about me too? Do you? Do you? And they want to know, do you think about me still? Are you still thinking about me at all? Mm. So somebody here, are you hooking up with somebody? You trying to hook up with somebody? Turns out they're your enemy. You might, for someone, you met a person on social media or on a dating app, or somebody you know reached out to you, text you, whatever. But there's something about the energy just feels funky, and you're just like, never mind. Better not. hmm The purpose in this, you have to confront your fears with the Nine of Swords. It says, just because I love you doesn't mean we're good for each other. Hello. Hello. And when you understand that, you're going to look at love a whole nother way. Because love is beautiful, right? You can love somebody, but if they ain't doing good by you, see, if they ain't doing good by you, you over here, you keep trying to help somebody, um, but they're drinking themselves into a stupor. They're doing something that's self-sabotaging, very unhealthy, whatever it is. It might not be drinking, but they're doing something that's self-sabotaging, very unhealthy. And here you are trying to talk them out of it, continuing to try to talk them out of it. And you're like, look, you know what? If you're going to continue to do this, I'm going to have to let you go. I love you, but I can't do this with you. I love you, but I can't watch you do this to yourself. Somebody here is not taking their medicine. Somebody's supposed to take medicine, and if they don't take their medicine, it could kill them. And you're like, I can't watch you commit this slow suicide. Yeah, somebody here is not taking the medicine that they should, and they're not taking care of their health in some sort of way. And you're like, I'm not going to sit up here and continue to try to talk you off the ledge or talk you into your what you have available to you to take advantage of the opportunities available for you. You're like, I'm not going to do this. And for someone, this has to definitely do with some form of addiction, I'm hearing. So let's see, in your guidance, you have the Ace of Pentacles as guidance. And I hear, you can go your own way. You can go your own way. Guidance for you. I've made my final decision, putting a period on it, resolute. When you put a period on something, you close the energy down. So this is you closing an energy down. I hear, I'm done. Yeah, I hear, I'm done. I'm done. You're resolute. You're decisive. You know exactly what you will and will not do anymore. You're not playing games about this no more. You're about your business right now. Any reason you stayed here was because you didn't realize that you were going to be safe and secure. And now you've got something and you've seen that, I am safe and secure. I don't need to put up with this. Maybe you didn't even know that until you acted out on faith. Somebody here, your guidance is to act out on faith that you are safe and secure no matter where you stand in your skin, and that all your needs are met. Before you go sleeping with the enemy. Somebody sleeping with the enemy. I heard to try to pick up some coin. Sleeping with the enemy. So that means you're with somebody who you know doesn't have your best interests with you, and you're hoping to have some sort of gain or advantage out of it. Let's see what the Sibila de la Zingara has for our Tarot in the Shadows message tonight. Okay, so you had some misfortune befall you. Something started going haywire in your life because you were sleeping with the enemy. This was a big cue for you. This let you know, like, oh shit, I gotta go. I can't keep doing this to myself. Yeah. So this is what caused you to enforce some boundaries. If you're having some chaos in your experience, every time you connect with a specific person, every time this person comes around, then what you need to know is um, that chaos, prolonged and repetitive chaos, is an indicator that you're trying to maintain a connection with the unproductive, counterproductive, even energy. You sleeping with the fucking enemy. It's letting you know because your life is blowing the fuck up for somebody here. Or when you was sleeping with the enemy, for some of you, this is past. And a lot of the times when I channel these messages, I do talk as though it's done because that's how it's shown to me. But some of you are barely realizing this now. In the connection, we have falseness in the reverse. So that's telling me in this connection, this is why you virgiled somebody. This is why you cut them off. You're like, I don't even want to hear what you're talking about. Because you came into the very conscious awareness that somebody was full of shit. Yeah, they were full of all types of shit. They were lying, they were deceptive, they're untrustworthy. And you're very clear on that now. And there's no way you can deny that to yourself any longer. You're aware of it. You can't pretend you don't know that you've had enough experience here to see that. You're like not trying to mess with no deceptive energies. Okay. On the other side of the table, I heard in lying to yourself. The reason you had deceptive energies is because you were lying to yourself in some sort of way. You were lying to yourself thinking it was going to be something different than what it was, even though you already had seen what it was. I heard. Okay. On the other side of the table, we have conversation. So, somebody who's thinking about you would really like to have a conversation with you because they want to marry you, and they figured out that you were acting in their best interests. That's what's happening now. They're now realizing in your absence, after a battle where you created boundaries and enforced them, that the best place it could be is right there in your space, and they want to be back. When it comes to you on your own, I feel like what's coming up for you is you're going to be sharing a lot of the lessons that you've learned about how being against yourself, in other words, letting your loyalty to others be of more importance than loyalty to yourself, your purpose, and your spiritual calling. Uh, the lessons you learn from that, you're going to be speaking on that, because other people don't know. And so you are taking your experience, creating awareness to be of service to others as well. I see somebody here, you're going to be having a conversation with your children. I see somebody here, uh, you're learning about some trouble that your kids been keeping from you at school. They've been having some problems at school. There's been a bully. You're talking to your children about these bullies. Somebody has talked some craziness to your child. And I see a loving mother here who is going to teach their children how to see through the bullshit lies that people try to say, how, you're teaching them basically misery loves company, and even children can be miserable. And you're giving them some wonderful tools and techniques so that they don't take these things to heart and let that begin to form their self-view. Yeah. You're working to protect your children's self-view for someone here. Yeah, you're the mother, and you're helping them see through the bullshit when people point fingers and cast blame and talk stuff and they're bully and stuff like that to one who really hasn't done nothing to them. But there's a child who's dealing with some sort of uh, person in their experience that is very unaware of their self. There's a lack of self-awareness in this child's experience. So you teaching this child their value and their worth. And that's a beautiful thing, parents. You really do need to do that. Yeah. Because people will say a lot of shit to your kids. And for some of you, this is you learning how to talk to your own children better, because you realize that you wouldn't want somebody to talk to you in some of the ways that your mother talked to you. So you're changing so that you don't do to your children what your mother did to you. And you're sharing the experience that you had in your childhood and light of how you want to change that moving forward. And I even hear you owning and taking accountability for your actions in some sort of way. So there's a parent here who, if your child does something unacceptable, there's a specific punishment. The child doesn't get no TV for a week or something like that if they do something out of line. And so here you are. I see a parent who is very wise in this decision too. They're saying this is a very wise decision. You're actually applying that to yourself, and you're going to have a conversation with your children about it because you did something. There's a parent here who's apologizing for something that they've done, and it's something that they've always told their children not to do. And now the children, you're going to have a conversation with them in new awareness that you have, because I feel like it's a backsliding energy, and so you're going to take the punishment. You're going to take it because you feel like if you will punish your children that way, there's no reason why you shouldn't be held to the same standard and held to accountability, just like you would hold your children to accountability. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, who the fuck is going to? You're grown. You're the mother. And if you don't teach your children that it's important for even a grown adult in a position of authority to take accountability, then your children won't learn the value of that, okay? Because there's a deep value in that, is what I hear. Okay, let's see what experience they're going to follow through some more. We might still bop back and forth. It feels like it, yeah. What you need to know. We have surprise. But it came out in reverse. Do I have this whole deck reversed? Yes, I do. Okay. So they said just put it upright. Just because I love you doesn't mean we're good for each other. And somebody's in fear. So back to this romantic experience. Somebody here freaked out because they never thought you would even be interested in them. They never thought that you had, like, why would you want me? And so when you came into their life, you really took them by storm, I hear, but you took them by surprise, okay? And the fact of the depth and the level of your interest or your love or your commitment to them, mm-hmm, it's like they want to hold on to you, but there's fear there, and they don't handle fear very well, okay? And so what you need to know is just because there's love doesn't necessarily mean we're good for each other here. Okay. And for someone, that's a surprising message. I heard, even though they won't admit it to you, they're relieved that you've come to this conclusion because they know that, but they didn't know how to tell you that. They don't want to hurt you, something like that. Okay. So they were acting out. I hear so they were acting out, doing shit. Shit like getting drunk and stupid. Shit like acting up and like to push you away at the end of the day. It was all to push you away. Guidance. You had the Ace of Pentacles with the final decision. And we have the Messenger. I'm telling you, a message is coming in. I didn't know what to do when I had you, something like that. I want to talk to you, a text message, a phone call, an email, a letter, a knock at the door. This could be a conversation, like a gossipy type of conversation where somebody is communicating to you. Somebody could be reaching out to you. Um, for some of you, you're going to be out somewhere. I see somebody who's out somewhere, and somebody's going to be like, well, where's such and such a person? Where's your boyfriend? Where's your girlfriend? Or yeah, that. And you're going to be like, oh no, we put that to an end. I'm here by myself. Yeah. And that is the guidance for you. This is in the guidance position. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck here? The enemy. And you were sleeping with the enemy, baby. Yes, you were. This person has some sabotaging energy towards you. They are the enemy's supporter. So this person was, they came off like they were supportive of you, but they really had some dark feelings towards you, about you. There could have been some jealousy, envy, or insecurity. Somebody here with some sort of plans of sabotaging your growth, sabotaging your experience. Okay. Somebody here in fear. Okay. Somebody here who came, somebody here, you feel like that person was a whole demon because they came in with all kinds of trauma. They could have even physically attacked you at some point. Somebody physically attacks you. And I don't give a fuck what the words are out your mouth. Don't nobody got no business putting no fucking hands on you, in case you didn't know. There was one woman I dated long distance for a while, and when she came into my experience, um, there was some miscommunication, misunderstanding. The way I see things, she didn't see things the same way. And in the conversation, she didn't like what I said when I spoke my truth and thought it was okay to put her hands on me. It's not okay to put your hands on somebody because you don't like the words out of their mouth. It's not okay. Mm-hmm. And you know that. And maybe, yeah, for some of you, it came down that way because you called them out on their lies. So then they got violent. Somebody got really attacking. And somebody became attacking because you called them out on their lies. And you were like, you know what, just stop lying to me. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, for someone, that's what happened. This did not make you happy. Yeah, because you had a lot of love for this person. You had a lot of love for this person. You really were hoping that it would go differently. You were really invested in it going differently. It's at the bottom of the deck. The card expect was flipped upside down and it was facing the boundaries card. Look at this. Expect boundaries. It's like you knew at some point you were going to have to tighten up on your boundaries. I just heard the tighten up. I don't even know if they have it anymore, if the company even exists, but there used to be a commercial as tighten up. And there's the song Tighten Up. It will come with it. All right, so tighten up. Somebody really likes the North Carolina Titans. Okay. Um, in the energy of the situation, what do we have? Faith. Huh. Yeah. Your faith came through. I feel like that's what I see. Your faith came true. Your faith came true. Your faith came through. Your faith came true. So, here in this experience, what I see is everything unfolded and the truth came to light because you worked with a prayer, an affirmation, something spiritual you brought in, and you knew. You could have said something as simple. Look, if I'm supposed to be with this person, if let it be. If there's something in here that I'm supposed to see, show it clearly to me. And boom, it happened like that. Some of you, this is what you need to do right now. If you're really confused, if you're in doubt, if you're iffy about it, speak that into your existence and have faith. This is a tool, this is a technique for you. Yeah. It's like casting a spell, an honesty spell. If that person is not willing to be honest. So I gave guidance like this to one of my nail clients probably about 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. In the same day, within like an hour of leaving my shop, she goes home and she finds some stuff on the computer that lets her know that he's been messing around. And then she finds some stuff on the phone that lets her know that he's been messing around. Then she gets a call that he's in jail. He got arrested. It was that simple. And she said the same thing. If I'm supposed to be with this person, let it be. If I'm not, let me see clearly. And boom, it showed up. And she didn't have to do shit. I don't know if they ever got back together, but I know at least at that point, oh, they were broke up. And that breakup lasted for quite a while. On the other side of the table here, so there's a technique, there's a spell, there's some magic, there's a prayer, whatever, an intention, however you want to call it, an affirmation, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's what it is. Use it. And guess what? I just gave it to you for free. So if you want to donate, go ahead and send me a love donation. I'll receive that. On the other side of the table, multiply. Look, you gonna take what you learned and you gonna share that with other people. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna share that with other people. You're taking the wisdom from all these experiences and you're not keeping it to yourself. So what you need to know about this, familial. Yeah, this person, why they get freaked out, because they have family-based issues. What you need to know about this, if you're focused on your family right now, you're focused on the right thing. It's going to put you in a state of alignment. It's a beautiful thing. You're lining up with some sort of surprise. The guidance for you is manipulation. Manipulation. Remember somebody's manipulation tactics, and when the message comes in and you see manipulation, remember what you learned. Apply, apply, apply. Put a period on it. Be resolute. It's time for you to start out on your own. What's the bottom of the deck? Oh, yeah, we looked at it. It was expected. Below that, we have boundaries. Okay, so this is about you putting your boundaries up. Now, let's get the miniature handmade words of clarity and dig deeper. What is happening here in the Tarot of the Shadows message tonight? Here you are in your energy. Enact. It might have been a challenge. It might have been difficult. You might have been very emotionally attached to this, but you knew you had to take action. So in the situation, content and content, you're like, listen, I just want to be happy. So I'm going to do what I have to do to make sure that I feel right. And something here don't feel right. And the contents of what that was disturbing your vibe became very clear. Yeah, you discover what was the contents. You discover what was within it. That you were paying attention to what somebody said and what somebody didn't say. You saw the falseness. You paid attention to the evidence that had presented itself. You paid attention to the experience as it had unfolded. On the other side of the table, we have receive. Okay. Yeah, I see you as you open up and share this message to be of service. What you find, and you go into action to confront this enemy. First off, you go into action to confront this enemy. hmm You learn how to be content on your own. You have a big receptive energy coming in, and they're saying your wealth. This was about protecting your wealth. What was of value to you? That's blossoming, whatever that is. Okay. And what you need to know, we have creation. Fear is a powerful creative energy. Yeah, you need to know that and you need to remember that. And so is alignment and the love of family where it's healthy. It actually aligns you with surprises. So once you push past fear, you're going to be more aligned with beautiful things working out for you because of the fact that you're breaking connections to things and severing ties that are counterproductive, that bring challenges and obstacles in between you and that wish fulfillment, whatever wealth represents for you. Guidance position says connect, connect. But you're resolute. So what are you connecting with? You're connecting with your wealth. You're connecting with that new beginning. You're connecting with that golden opportunity. You're connecting with the right people at the right time about the right opportunity that's just for you. It's got your name all over it. It's going to be prosperous. Some of you are going to end up with a new job. Somebody's going to be meeting a new person. Somebody's going to be meeting a new location. Meeting a new location. Somebody's going to be meditating in a new location, and that's why they said meeting a new location, because you're going to be greeting the land and the trees and the birds and the bees that surround you. You're going to be meeting a new location here. Some of you are going to be relocating to another city another place. Somebody's going to be relocating to a new home, more rural, less urban. Yeah. You're also understanding, and as you send your energy out, because of understanding all these lessons that came through from this experience where somebody here was fake as fuck in your face, but you felt it, you saw it, and you're protected and you feel safe. That feeling of I'm good no matter what, I'm good, it's bringing in what feels good, it's bringing in more stuff for you. As you're acting in your own interest, the universe is seeing that, picking up, and responding in kind. When you act in your worst interest, the universe sees that, picks up, and responds in kind. That's why you have a lot of chaos when you're counterproductive to your own best interest. Now you acting in your best interest, the universe is aware. Universe is sending in stuff that's also in your best interest. What's at the bottom of this miniature words of clarity deck? Intense. Shit got intense. The emotions got intense. I'm telling you, somebody got hot. Somebody got hot. They could have even become physically violent and attacked you. That I see here. Let's dig deeper with I Know Trivia. Some cards flipped off the top. Let me grab those. All right. Let's sit back this way for a minute. All right. So I Know Trivia. Show me the Tarot in the Shadows message that I'm to deliver at this time. Please and thank you. What is the Tarot in the Shadows message? So your position here. All right. You're coming out with this lizard. It's the iguana. An iguana is coming out in your energy. All right. Let me lay these out and then we'll get into our first round of I Know Trivia. Lay them in the right position, girl. All right. Lay them in the right position, girl. So if you're a girl, lay them in the right position. There's something here about being in the right position. Everything has its position. If you're feminine energy, everything has its perfect place to be. Is it on this side of the boundary or is it on that side of the boundary? Which side of the boundary should something be in is coming up. So let's learn about the iguana and go into our first round of trivia for tonight. True or false? Iguanas are true herbivores, eating only plants. Is that true or false? False. They will eat meat or eggs if they can get them. All right. In our multiple choice question, where are iguanas found? All around the world? Only in the Eastern Hemisphere? Or only in the Western Hemisphere? Iguanas are found only in the Western Hemisphere. Okay. And in our open-ended question, a 30-foot dinosaur was named Iguanodon because one of its features resembled those of an iguana. Which feature was it? Teeth. Okay. So, there's something about you and your teeth. Somebody here, did you find out something about some dark energy that somebody tried to cast over your family that had been handed down like a generational curse involving teeth? Okay. Or bones. I heard or bones. Okay. That is not going to be most of you, but for someone that resonates. At least one that resonates. First off, here. The Western Hemisphere spoke loudest off this card. Excuse me. The Western Hemisphere spoke loudest off this card. That's where iguanas can be found. Now, that's significant because the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. If the rising of consciousness, the spiritual awakening is with the sunrise, then the spiritual maturity would be with the sunset. So you are showing up as very spiritually mature. Was it a spiritual work that you did to bring love into enemy territory? You were on the spiritual front lines. You were only in this connection to bring that love, mother, empress energy into, yeah, that goddess of love energy was going into this experience. For somebody's energy was calling for it. Somebody's energy was asking for this to happen. So that's why you were put in there. Now there's something here about the teeth, okay? So I'm hearing bite off more than you can chew. Is it that you bite off more than you can chew? No, because you have this link to the ancestors out here, and the iguanodon dude, he's on your team. Yeah, you have this link to the ancestors, very strong. You had all the skills you needed. Yeah, you were sleeping with the enemy, and I get the energy like covert ops. You know, when people go undercover, they go undercover for a while. They sleeping with the enemy, and they eating with the enemy and some more shit. But we're undercover. We got to find out some things here. Something like that. It was a spiritual black sock mission. Black. Okay, let me get my stuff out. Spiritual Black Ops mission. Okay. One moment, please. So, a spiritual Black Ops mission. What is a Black Ops mission? A Black Ops mission is something that's off the books. hmm It is something that is covert, and most people will never know about it. This is a spiritual Black Ops mission. And we just added another card to our deck. So let's get into the energy of the situation for our second round of I Know Trivia. We have here a country showing up. Do you know that flag? It's the country Greece. In this connection, true or false? Greece is found on the tip of the Balkan Peninsula. True. Multiple choice question. Which one of these famous places is found in Greece? The Temple of Artemis, the Acropolis, or the Pantheon? The Acropolis. Okay. Open-ended question. Name the Macedonian who united Greece and went on to conquer Persia, Syria, Egypt, and Mesopotamia, among other places. Alexander the Great. Okay. So, being guided to first look up the Acropolis, because this is a description. Facts about the Acropolis in Greece. There's something about this experience that relates to, excuse me, that relates to the Acropolis. It's the most famous of many acropolae. Okay. Acropolis means high city. Acropolis means high city. Okay. Let me see what else. Its human history is Neolithic. Okay. So, its human history is Neolithic. Humans have inhabited the limestone slopes of what became the Acropolis for centuries. They were likely drawn to the water from its natural springs. There's evidence of habitation in the area dating back to the Neolithic period between 4000 to 3200 BCE, with both a house and a grave identified from around this era. A series of shafts has also been discovered, with several vessels found in their deep chasms. One theory is that these shafts were once walls, while another is that they were a site of a ritual burial. since human bones were found among the objects within them. This is from a website called mentalfloss.com, by the way, in case you wanted to know. So there's something here about in this connection, humans were drawn in because of the water from its natural springs. So somebody was drawn in because of your natural energy radiance. When you vibrate very high, you overflow a very powerful energy. It's very magnetic. It attracts people to you. And that's why what is happening here, you're attracting someone here to you. Okay, for someone I am tapping into and hearing there's some sort of past life connection. Okay. Also, another thing is you are an ancient soul. And hello, you go back to here, you go back to the dinosaur age with your iguanodon energy. Oh, wait, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I wasn't planning on all that noise coming out of my throat. Okay, here we go. Its first structures were built for defensive purposes. So this connection, the boundaries come in, for self-defense. Its most iconic buildings were constructed in just a few decades. So there's something here about this connection being very time. It's like a milestone in your life, but it comes in very quickly. The connection could have gone very quickly. It could have been something where it's like the whole lesbian term U-hauling. You meet, what does a lesbian bring to the second date? A U-haul. They're ready to move in. It could be like that. Is how this situation started. Okay, what else? A colossal Athena once presided over the Acropolis. Okay. Athena, known as Parthenos, it stood almost 40 feet tall and was made from gold and ivory. Okay. Dressed in armor and covered in jewelry, it was an awe-inspiring spectacle that reaffirmed Athens' spiritual and economic power. So this connection was about reaffirming your spiritual and economic power. That's awesome. Okay. Bringing marble to the Acropolis was a monumental task. Okay. So the marble, white marble. Athens is okay. So there's a place at Athens, around Athens, it was 10 miles northeast of Athens, called Mount Pentelicus, that was famed for the uniformity of its white marble. Okay. So they brought this white marble, the color white. It's like there was a purity of intention. But when I do marble designs on the nails sometimes, and with marble, to even if it's white marble, you got to bring in another color, otherwise you don't get the look of the marble. So there's something here about in this connection, there was pure intentions, but there was enough differences that it was visible to the human eye. In other words, it was visible to you. Okay, you could see it, they could see it, both parties could see it in some type of way. All right. It was originally painted. Okay. So this is telling me that there was a vision of this, or there was a desire for this, or there was like maybe you just had a glimpse of an idea about what it would be like in this connection. And now you know. There you go. Okay. What else? The world's oldest weather station is at its base. Okay. The weather station is giving me like uh it's like the altimeter we talked about when you had a new tool accessible to you, a spiritual tool, and the weather station. So this is like being able to pick up on the vibes. So this is the oldest weather station is at its base. So at the base, you you and this person both able to really pick up on vibes is what I'm getting. Okay. Its religious history includes a church and a mosque. Okay. Are there religious differences between you and another? Is this about you changing your belief system? It's experienced both construction and destruction. So, in this, where it's a connection between you and another, it was upbuilding but destructive at the same time, or it went through its cycles of upbuilding and destruction. So there was an simultaneous upbuilding and destruction going on. It could have been one person was feeling an upbuilding, another person was feeling a deconstruction. It could have been both people feeling, yeah, that's it. They said both people were constructed in some way and deconstructed in another way. Both people in this connection. Okay. And both sides of the table, I'm hearing in the current energy and the energy that's unfolding for you, where it's only you. We're not so much talking about a connection for you, but you're vibing on the information as it applies to you and you. And so if that's the case, then there's still the energy of, on both sides of this, there's always going to be these cycles of construction and deconstruction. Okay. It was an influential site of resistance against fascism. Fascism. Okay. Um, Interesting. And I'm being guided to quickly look up the definition of fascism. And I know it's related to Nazis, but let's see. Fascism is a form of far right authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and the economy that rose to prominence in the early 20th century Europe. So think Nazis. It's a Nazi mentality. There was a Nazi mentality here. Attempts to control, attempts to dominate, even to one's detriment, not caring if it was causing another's detriment. Uh-huh. I'm thinking about the Holocaust. They didn't give a damn about how many people they played scientific games and experiments on. Okay. So there's something here about the death camps also. This is a connection that came together for the purpose of a spiritual transformation. The death camps. Yes, this was a death camp. This was to force you and another person to take different actions. Okay. Thank you. Restoration started 40 years ago and it's still going. So, if you're 43, then it might have started when you were 3. Something about this is a process, something that's been building in the making since you were 3 years old in some type of way. In this connection, there are lessons that are linking to who you were as a single digit child, is the way that's coming through. Okay. So that's what I have about the Acropolis. What else do we have here? We talked about Alexander the Great. Yes, I was supposed to look him up too. Okay, so next rabbit hole. You ready to go into another rabbit hole? Well, whether you're not or you are, this is what I'm doing. So if you don't like it, click off. Okay, Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great facts. All right. Alexander the Great was a redhead. He was tutored by Aristotle. In 15 years of conquest, Alexander the Great never lost a battle. Okay. You never lost a battle? That's coming through really strong. That's truly resonating. Aristotle, he was a philosopher. So there's something here about somebody who's a philosopher. He was a redhead. Okay, so somebody here was hot-headed, quick to anger. But Alexander the Great was tutored by Aristotle. Philosophical teachings. So in this connection, there was the energy of teaching philosophy to somebody. Again, we talked about religious backgrounds already. In 15 years of conquest, Alexander the Great never lost a battle. From his first victory at age 18, Alexander gained a reputation of leading his men to battle with impressive speed, allowing smaller forces to reach and break the enemy lines before his foes were ready. So when you were 18 years old, what was happening in relation to this experience? What was happening in your life? So for example, if we're talking about a love experience, what was happening in your love life at 18 where you began to build this process of being able to take these steps for your own empowerment? When you were 18 years old, standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself, setting boundaries, etc. and such. Okay, where it applies to you and you. What were you doing at 18 spiritually, and how far have you come today? Okay, there's something here about that. There's also impressive speed here. You've done this with impressive speed. Okay. Alexander's favorite military tactic was the phalanx, a rectangular mass military formation made up of closely ranked troops. The phalanx was a formidable fighting machine. The spears used by soldiers in a phalanx were long, sometimes as long as 5 meters, and made of sharpened wood or metal tipped wood. The tactic was perfected by Alexander's father, Philip, who first learned of it after observing Greek armies. So, the phalanx, they use spears, and it's a rectangular formation. So, spears. That means in this connection, there were attacks thrown from here and there. So what I'm getting is they could have, thrown you some very harsh text messages. They could have been across the way yelling at you, like from across the way, so everybody could see, hear, something like that. They could have been sending you some very harsh messages in your phone or on your email, on your social media, or something like that. Okay, and square, rectangular. Okay, somebody here will very. This was what I hear. This was something that you found to be consistent. Um, Alexander had to struggle to become king because Alexander's mother, Olympias, who was from Epirus, he was only half Macedonian. His struggle to claim the throne was bloody. Another of Philip's wives and her daughter were murdered, along with 2 Macedonian princes. He also put down several rebellious factions. So you've had to go a long way to come here. I heard, oh, I just can't wait to be king. Okay, Olympias, Olympian. I got Olympian. So it's a battle to the death with you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going down in this. There's going to be a transformation by the time we're done. Okay, and it's like you never lost a battle. Okay, he named a city after his horse. Alexander had a tamed wild horse named Bucephalus when he was a youth. He was so endeared to the animal that when it died in 326 BC, Alexander renamed a city in India for his beloved horse. So there's a connection to the horse zodiac sign. Somebody renamed something according to the name of their fur baby that passed. Okay, numbers 326, Empress, High Priestess, and the Lovers. So for someone, there is secrets between the Empress and the Lovers. Okay, there's been secrets in between. Okay, there's something about that. Alexander suffered from heterochromia iridium, okay, a condition in which a colored part of the eye is multicolored. Alexander had one blue eye while the other was brown. That's interesting. So, in this connection, somebody had one blue eye while the other was brown. Somebody was very grounded and very yeah, in this connection, somebody was very grounded, very stable, but yes, also very verbal. And it appeared to be two different sides of a person, but truly it was an expression of the stability that they had within. Okay. When Alexander met his future wife Roxanne, it was love at first sight. So in this connection, was it love at first sight? Okay. For someone here, you had one son with someone here, or someone you got married when you were 28 years old. Okay. Alexander also suffered from ailurophobia, the fear of cats. I feel like there might not be nothing else good after this in these facts about Alexander, but this is resonating so strong in the vibe. They had a fear of cats. Okay, somebody here was afraid of your psychic ability because it was already bringing some lies, anyways, and now they got to learn some life lessons about lying to the Empress, who is freaking psychic, who is intuitive, who is also the High Priestess. Okay, he named more than 20 cities after himself. Somebody here is like a womanizer, womanizer. Oh, you a womanizer. Oh, yeah. Womanizer, baby. Okay. Somebody's a womanizer. Alexander the Great was an empire builder. Somebody here is building an empire, not just a business. And Alexander's death remains a mystery. On May 29th, 323 BC, while planning for his next conquest, Alexander the Great went to a dinner party thrown by one of his close confidants. After a long session of heavy drinking, did they say heavy drinking? Didn't we talk a lot about that? Yeah. He started to feel unwell and went to bed with a rising fever. 12 days later, on June 11th, with no strength to even leave his bed, one of the most famous conquerors in human history was proclaimed dead at a very early age. He was 32. If somebody don't fucking stop drinking, they gonna be dead by the time they're 32. Somebody's birthday is May 29th at 3:23 a.m. I heard. Interesting. That's very fucking specific. Somebody here on May 29th is going to go through a May 29th of 2022, or whatever year you're watching it in, whenever the next May 29th is, because this video will always be here and it's timeless. Anyways, the next May 29th coming up from whenever you watch this, somebody here is going to have a situation evolve or change with their mother in some sort of way. So if it's always been bad, things are going to get better. If it's always been good, there could be a change for the worse in some sort of way. But I really pick up on where there's been some separation, there's going to be some alignment. I see that. Okay, that's good. I like that. Alexander actually died 6 days after. After he was proclaimed dead, Alexander's body didn't show signs of decomposition for a full 6 days. To the ancient Greeks, this confirmed what they all thought about the young Macedonian king, that he was not an ordinary man, but a god. So he was thought of to be a god. So somebody in this situation, they might think you're a god in some sort of way. You might be all about God. Okay. Whew, that was a lot. On the other side of the table for our third round of I Know Trivia, we have this animal showing up. We have the bison, also known as the buffalo. True or false, the scientific name for bison is bison bison. That is true. Which one of these coins depicted a bison between 1913 to 1938? Was it a dime, a nickel, or a quarter? It was a nickel. And what is the term for crossbreed of cattle and bison? It's a beefalo or a catalo. Personally, I like catalo better, but it's a beefalo or a catalo. All right, what do I see here? Bison, bison. I feel like you told somebody buy twice, or somebody told you buy twice. Yeah, somebody told you buy twice. Their family is growing. Okay, somebody here. You think they're a nickel. Okay, somebody here nickel plated teeth. I heard nickel plated. Is that what they even do? That don't even make no damn sense. I don't know. Anyways, there's something here about a nickel. Okay. Nickel 5. Okay, 5. Somebody here is a life path number 5. Somebody here is a Taurus. Okay. On this side of the table. On the other side of the table. What is the term for a crossbreed of cattle and bison? Is a cattle or a beefalo? So there's something here about saying bison turning you into a whole new creature. Interesting, especially if you're a Taurus, because cattle, that's a bull energy. All right, we getting anything else out of this about the other side of the table? Okay, thank you. That's what it is. They want me to look up. Hold on, here we go. Let's look this up. Nickel, spiritual qualities, metaphysical. Okay, let's find it. From the website gemstone7.com, nickel has many properties of soothing your rough emotion. Okay, it's a useful amulet to get back to a calm state. It will help you to prevent making easy mistakes or extreme logic. Nickel will give you both calmness and extra room in your mind. Nickel has meaning and properties to prevent you from keeping negative energy in you. It's an amulet to keep the flow of luck. It also has the power to prevent traps from your enemies or sudden accidents. Was somebody trying to set a trap for you so you could be sleeping with the enemy? Because the enemy came out twice here. Sleeping with the enemy. Getting rescued from the enemy's trap. Okay. Filling up mental vitality. Okay, so interesting. Filling up mental vitality. This amulet can prevent your strong passion or will to disappear. Nickel is useful when you want to win a long fight. It would also prevent you from getting weak-spirited in the middle of your project. It's easy to process and has high corrosion resistance. So this person on this side of the table, that's coming through really strong about another person in your experience. That this other person in your experience, they actually has a high resistance to corrosion. Okay, so this person, and easy to process, something about easy to process, easy for you to process. Okay, this person is hard to break down their walls is what I'm getting there. Okay, we're gonna stop with that. I heard that's enough. So Nickel has some really awesome energy to it. That's pretty cool. Didn't know any of those facts. All right, for our fourth round of trivia, in the position of what you need to know, we have this company, and it is Shell Oil. So, true or false? Shell Oil started as a company that sold seashells. True. Founder Marcus Samuel originally sold antiques but expanded to importing seashells. Multiple choice question. What type of shell is depicted in the logo? Is it an abalone, a clam, or a scallop? It's a scallop. Okay. Name the country where you'd find the headquarters of the Shell Group. In the Netherlands. So what you need to know is somebody is living in a very low vibrational place. Okay. Somebody here is used to dealing with old mentalities, traditional mentalities, the regular religious beliefs, the widely societally accepted for so long mannerism, etc. That's what they do have. Okay, but now they're expanding to importing seashells. Seashells connected to the water. They come from the water. They come from spirit. So now this person has never dealt with a person like you. They dealt with the old type of human, but they didn't deal with this evolved human energy, is what I'm getting. And this person is actually, their vibration was down in the dumps. So there's something here about you being able now to gauge vibration differently. Where did that come out from? I got it somewhere. Because you're in this Western Hemisphere energy of being the spiritually awakened human, that Buddha energy I love. All right. Let's get into our final round of trivia and channel the messages about the guidance for you. In the final round of trivia, we have a fictional character and the guidance for you. And his name is Robin Hood. So what is the guidance for you? True or false? The character of Robin Hood was created for the 1938 film The Adventures of Robin Hood. False. Tales of Robin Hood date back to the 15th century. Okay. Which of these characters is not one of Robin's merry men? Is it Alan Quatermain, Friar Tuck, or Little John? Alan Quatermain is not one of Robin's merry men. Okay. Open-ended question. In which English county is Sherwood Forest located? It's located in Nottinghamshire. Okay. Interesting. So, You have tales about this person. They showed you their, it dates back to the 15th century, showed you their devil energy. You saw this person has a knack for manipulation. You saw this person is obsessed with you. You saw this person has some addictions. Any A, B, or C, or is it D, all of the above about this person? Remember what you've learned and act accordingly. Because Robin Hood, he steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Okay, guidance. You know, it's like if they don't use the gifts and talents that they have, and you learn something from it, you gonna share it with those who are in wanting of it. Okay, there's something there. Which of these characters is not one of Robin's merry men? So, guidance, if it's not one of your merry men, if they're not um, somebody who contributes to a higher vibration in your life, who's bringing positivity and love and respect into your experience, uh, they're not part of your tribe. They're not your merry men. And especially if they're a quarter man, because Alan Quarterman, all in quarter man is what I'm seeing with Alan Quartermain. So, interesting. They want to be your main, but, and they say they're all in, but the thing of it is their energy is split from, they're being drawn and quartered. Their energy is being drawn and quartered. So they could have, three other individuals or three other experiences of major importance that's pulling on them. And so they're being pulled in four ways. There's also the energy here of you need to be stable and grounded in this new beginning. That's it. Make that final decision stand. Nottinghamshire. Somebody's been a naughty, naughty girl here. I see that. A naughty, naughty girl or a naughty, naughty boy. Act accordingly. Again, act accordingly. Somebody's going to reach out to you and they're going to tell you, they're going to want to talk to you about how they've been a naughty girl or a naughty boy, right? They're going to want to let you know. For somebody, this is some kinky shit. But it's all a ploy to get you roped in and to get a hold on your wealth. Somebody here is making, yeah, they're making a plot to try to get a hold on you. Um, you really got a hold on me. You really got a hold on me. I got you and you got me too. You really got a hold on me. I don't think those lyrics are correct, but that's what I have here. So let's get some guidance from the Mahabharata Oracle. And then we'll close you out with your postcard from Spirit. If you sent a donation of at least $10 US, you can ask a question, a personal question. But I'm going to need you to let me know where I can confirm that donation right here, and then put your question in. And if that doesn't happen by the time I'm finished reading the postcard from Spirit, then we're going to be at the end of our video in our session for tonight. So the guidance for you, self-study, is card number 31. If you're 31 years old right now, it's important for you to begin this course of self-study. If you've been in this course of self-study, take what you've learned from the self-study, apply it to create in your life, and use that as a power. That is a power. That is a superpower. It's actually an innate power. We all have it. It's just we aren't all tapped into it. And the only way you can tap into it is by, look at this, the warriors at the bottom of the deck, by going to battle to learn. So you're going to have contrasting experiences to teach you about yourself. And once you learn about yourself, you got to begin to apply these messages. So let's see what we have from the postcard from Spirit as our final message. The first, it wasn't the first card, I think like the second or third card we pulled. But anyways, you get the point. Dearest you, even though life seems now to be moving full steam ahead, it's a time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honor this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in a time for dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune into what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and invisible. Don't worry, we will wake you. Huh? They said, don't worry, we will wake. No, they said, don't worry, we will make you. So spirit is going to give you that gotta take a dump urge. Go back to the card. Don't worry, we will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. Loving you always. So you've been through some shit. It's guidance for you. Keep your time on your own. Connect with spirit. Yes. Be resolute, be decisive, stick to your decision. This is what I have for you at this time. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. Thank you for sharing this video, bringing others to the channel and everything else you do, for choosing me for your personal readings, etc. So thankful and grateful to be of service. You got to go in and seek the wisdom of happiness because everything is working out for you. No need to be sitting in fear. You are safe. You are secure. So is your wealth. So is your family. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. Mwah.